When I was younger, I always attended church. I knew about Jesus and that he had died on the cross for our sins. Never did I make a true commitment to deepening my faith and relationship with him. So eventually, as I got older, I let myself become more and more separated from God and my faith. I started walking through life alone rather than walking hand in hand with him on the path he intended for me to be on, and I encountered failure and hardship nearly every step of the way. Through these hardships and failures, I felt a calling to come back to the Lord's embrace. The more I resisted the calling, the more I floundered and struggled, and thankfully, our God is so great and forgiving that his favor still blessed my family and I. And a couple of months ago, I finally did answer the calling because my amazing wife was attending this church, and I could sense the changes that she was making. I decided to join her one Sunday, and since that day, I've truly committed my life to the Lord. Now, I feel a conviction to share my testimony and be an example for my family, friends, and beyond that no matter the valley you may be experiencing in life, nothing is too great for our God to conquer, and no matter what pain or suffering we inevitably experience, this is all just temporary.
I want to start by saying that I love my husband, and you'll see why. I was newly postpartum with a newborn and a 21-month-old. My husband and I were struggling financially and trying to adapt to our new world, but instead of working together, we pushed apart. I blamed him for all of our troubles and kept asking God to change him. We continued to grow apart, and it was becoming more obvious. We were told before the birth of our second son that we would probably continue to struggle if we didn't start living for the Lord. I was sleep deprived, working a full-time job, running a business, and raising 2 babies from home. I blamed God, but didn't realize that I had let Satan creep into my marriage with the way that I was thinking while laying the baby down. I knew I needed help, and for the first time in a while, I prayed for comfort and protection. I vowed to myself, to God, and to Serena that I would attend this church that I had been called to attend. I felt if I went there, I would feel her presence and understand why she pushed me so hard to go. So I went and never looked back. I felt so at peace and comforted, and after a few Sundays, I introduced myself to Pastor Zach and told him I would somehow convince my husband to come. I knew I couldn't change him, so I started to work on myself, and my husband followed suit. We welcomed God back into our marriage and began worshiping together, so I'm here to testify that God saved me in my darkest and most vulnerable state, and he also saved my marriage. I hope my testimony can be a light for any other moms or newlyweds that may be struggling. There is hope where there is God.